Winter in Seoul witnessed the beginning of a storm that rocked the K-pop world. Jungkook, the youngest member of the worldwide group BTS, found himself at the center of a conflict with the agency that made his name, HYBE Corporation. The dispute not only caught the attention of the entertainment industry, but also sparked a wave of anger and support from fans around the world. It all started when rumors started circulating on social media. Fans noticed some strange things. Jungkook seemed more reserved in interviews, was absent from some major promotions, and often spoke indirectly about his personal struggles on Weverse. Many suspected something was amiss behind the scenes. Suspicions peaked when reports from local media revealed that Jungkook felt unappreciated for his contributions to the group and the company. Although he was one of the main pillars of BTS' success, there were indications that major decisions were being made without involving him fairly. Jungkook, who had worked hard since he was a teenager, began to feel marginalized. ARMY, as BTS fans are known, did not remain silent. Hashtags like #JusticeForJungkook, #HYBE_Jungkook, and #ApologizeToJungkook were trending on Twitter within hours. They demanded an explanation from HYBE for the unfair treatment of their idol. As an artist who has given his all for the group and the company, fans believe that Jungkook deserves more than just cold treatment. Jungkook has given his heart to BTS and fans. He deserves just as much respect, one fan wrote on Twitter, gaining thousands of likes and retweets. The conference room on the highest floor of the HYBE building was quiet, though filled with several important people. Dazzling white lights illuminated the large room with a long glass table in the center. Jungkook sat in one of the chairs, accompanied by his manager who sat not far from him. Across from him, several HYBE bigwigs, including the CEO and several division directors, sat with serious expressions. There was no music, no sound, just heavy breathing and a tense atmosphere. Jungkook, who usually looks relaxed and cheerful in front of the camera, now stares with eyes full of firmness. Despite his young age, his aura cannot be underestimated. He has grown into a mature man, someone who has given more than half of his life to be a part of BTS' engine of success. But in that room, he was no longer an artist singing beautiful songs for his fans. He was a human being who wanted to fight for his rights. I have given my life to BTS. I want to be valued as a human being, not just as a product of the company, he said, breaking the silence with a firm tone of voice. I understand that the company has big interests, and I know what it means to work in this industry. Jungkook continued, his voice trembling slightly, reflecting pent-up emotions. But you have to understand, I'm not just a singer. I'm not just a BTS member. I'm a human being. And what you guys have been doing lately makes me feel like I'm losing control of myself. One of the executives tried to respond, his voice sounding cautious. Jungkook, we appreciate your contributions. Without you and the other members, we wouldn't have achieved what we achieved today. But this is part of the working dynamics in the entertainment industry. You know that all decisions are made for the common good. Jungkook stared at the man, his eyes showing deep frustration. Common interest? Have you ever asked my opinion? Did you ever ask me if I agreed with the direction you were taking my career? All these decisions were made without involving me, without respecting me as an individual. That's not common interest. It was you guys deciding on my behalf. Jungkook then went on to reveal what he had been holding back. For years, I kept everything to myself. When I was tired, I kept smiling in front of the camera. When I was sick, I went on stage. When I wanted to rest, I worked twice as hard. Why? Because I love what I do, and I love my fans. But that's no reason to forget that I need to be appreciated, too. Finally, HYBE's CEO, who had been silent, spoke up. His voice was low but thoughtful. Jungkook, I heard what you said, and I admit that we've made mistakes. Perhaps we were too focused on the big picture that we forgot the most important detail: the welfare of our artists. We will rectify this. While the words sounded sincere, Jungkook knew that promises without action mean nothing. I don't need empty promises. I need change. And if you guys can't provide that, then I have to consider my next move. Outside the HYBE building, a small group of fans gathered with a banner that read, "Jungkook, we're with you." Jungkook glanced at them for a moment before getting into the car, a small smile gracing his face. He knew that, no matter what, he was never alone in this struggle. However, the initial response from HYBE was deemed inadequate. They only issued a brief statement that they were evaluating the situation without providing further details. This further fueled the anger of fans, who considered the statement insincere. In the midst of this dispute, the other BTS members showed solidarity with Jungkook. In a live broadcast, Jimin said, "We are family. We support Jungkook in whatever he needs." RM, the group leader, also subtly mentioned that they should always fight for justice, no matter who they are fighting against. In addition to the support from fellow members, many international fans, celebrities, and the media have also spoken out. Jungkook no longer stands alone. He has the world behind him after weeks of pressure from fans and media coverage. HYBE finally issued an official statement. In a public apology, they admitted their mistake in treating Jungkook and promised to improve their internal policies. "We apologize to Jungkook and fans for the injustice that occurred. As an agency, we are committed to creating a fairer environment and respecting each of our artists," HYBE wrote in the statement. With HYBE's apology, Jungkook finally received the space to speak directly to fans. In a letter posted on Weverse, he thanked fans and other BTS members for their continued support. The dispute between Jungkook and HYBE wasn't just an ordinary conflict. It was a small spark that burned into a huge wave of change in the Korean entertainment industry. After years of being a cog in BTS success, Jungkook bravely pointed out that artists are not just tools for profit. They are human beings, with the right to be heard, respected, and rewarded for their hard work. News of this confrontation spread quickly, not only in South Korea but also around the world. International media reported how a global superstar like Jungkook, who was at the peak of his career, spoke out against unfair treatment from his agency. This opened up a wide discussion about the power dynamics in the entertainment industry, where artists often have little control over their own lives.